Hello guys and welcome to the show. This time it's going to be different. This is the 9th episode of TestguruTV and you can see I'm sitting in the car and we only have 15 minutes, so we have to be really fast. I'm going to try to record this on one take, so let's see what happens. So now it seems it wasn't one take after all, since I actually got a phone call and the video recording was interrupted. So we're back now. Okay, so I do lots of testing trainings, and when we start discussing that what do testing people need in order to get started with the testing work, the most common answer is we need the requirements, or we need the specification, or we need something more concrete, some papers that say there are the use cases that we need. But here is another point of view for you guys to get started. I always say that we should have a toolbox of consistency principles that we might use in order to direct our testing efforts. For example, this. When we start testing without background information, without the specifications or the requirements, we could start testing by testing for the consistency of the product at hand and testing for the consistency between the actual behavior and the behavior of the previous versions. So we can test for the consistency principle of history. If the consistency between the history and today is broken, there might be a bug, and that's a valid argument for reporting it. All right? So, oh my God. So this is what happens when you try to record in a car, but let's not get bothered. So there was the consistency principle with the history. The second principle would be this. You could, for example, test for the consistency between the actual behavior and the image that our company or the product's marketing is trying to portray. For example, if our web page promises that my product does this, we could direct the testing work to see if the actual behavior is consistent with the promise that it really does this. How could we test this behavior? It sounds cool, doesn't it? Well, not because I don't have a real mic here on my telephone, so this is a little bit different recording this time. So the consistency principle with history and the image. The third part here is the consistency principle of the product itself. So we can test for the consistency within the product. For example, consistency of the product's help page and the product's actual behavior. There could be the consistency between the product's settings and how the settings occur in the different places of the product. We can check for the consistencies there within the product. In addition to that, we can test for the consistency of this product and different comparable products. Products of competitors or other products of our company. And then there is the idea that we might even test for the consistency between this product and other products within this family. I always remember it was probably Michael Bolton who asked me this. He asked me in an RST course that is the most awesome testing course that everybody really should attend to. He asked this: what does Control F do on Microsoft Word? So of course what it does, it's the find function. And then he asked, what does the Control F keyboard shortcut do? So it really didn't work out. This was the second phone call that I actually received during recording this. We were talking about the Excel. What does the Control F do when using the Excel? It of course does the find function in the Microsoft's like in the product family. But now when we go to Outlook, what Outlook does, it actually does something different. It does the forward function. So if the other tools or applications within the product family use the find function with the Control F keyboard shortcut, and Outlook does something different, there might be something that we should discuss about. So consistency principle within the product family is broken. Alright, so let me check my journal. Okay, the consistency principle, number 1 was history, number 2 was image, number 3 was the product itself, and number 4 is a consistency principle with the purpose of the product. So it doesn't matter what the requirements are, it doesn't matter what the use cases that we have designed are, if the behavior that we are facing with what we are testing here breaks the consistency with the ultimate purpose of this product. There might be a bug here, and we could direct our bug reporting and the investigation work towards that. So we really don't need all that much of background information to understand what is the ultimate purpose of this product. Alright, and then here is the final part, that is the expectations. And the expectations means something like, it could be the law that requires us to do something with our software. There might be ISO standards or some other kind of certifications that we need for the product, and that's what we should aim for, the expectations of the standards. There are expectations of the users, there are expectations of the business, you know, the product owners and people like that. There are the expectations that are set by the lawyers in the contracts or the requirement specifications. And those are different kinds of consistency principles that should not be broken. So this is the series of consistency principles that we might use to direct our software testing efforts. You know, this camera is actually, it's like tilting all the time because for some reason it doesn't, you know, stay put here. Oh my god, now it's here. So if you don't have enough background information and you should get started with the testing efforts, these are the consistency principles that you might be able to use to get started and find some kind of meaningful information and meaningful bugs for the developers and the product owners and the people that you get to serve. So consistency with history, image, purpose, product, and the expectations. And actually the purpose and product, they're starting with the P, and they were like in reverse order. Anyways, hope you liked this time. This was a different kinds of video. If you liked, please subscribe down there or share the video, and stay tuned because the next week's episode is going to be the episode number 10. Wow!